Hello.
Hi. Welcome to our 13th episode of The Artful Stitch.
With Scooby-Doo.
And Hampton, too.
So, Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas!
It's actually Christmas Eve.
Yes, and we hope to have this edited and out on Christmas Day, so let's see what happens.
We might need a Christmas miracle for that.
We probably will need a Christmas miracle.
It's nice and toasty here by the fire.
Yes.
Oh, this time I have show notes and I'm going to use them.
There you go. I've got to make sure I keep mine open. We don't have them printed out on paper. We've got them on our phones on notes.
I keep everything on my phone these days.
Well, yeah, but so
let's you know what? We're actually going to start with a little field trip, it looks like. We went to Chris Worley Fine Arts.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where I show here in Dallas. And she shows my work other places as well when she's in art fairs. But she has a gallery here in the Arts District.
The Design District.
Design District.
Right.
And I've been showing with her for... Yeah, we're getting close to 20 years.
Yeah.
So, and I'll be having a show with her coming up. Right now we're talking about May, but that could change.
Right.
And so I'll, of course, be talking about it. So,
and your show in Santa Fe is actually still up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been extended.
Yeah, and now I was going to talk about that at the end, but...
Okay. So, we visited Chris Worley Fine Arts recently, saw her most recent show featuring Adrian Esparza in the front room, the front gallery, and he is a kind of a fiber artist because what he does is he works with deconstructed serapes and then makes art out of that. And
yeah,
you can see these pictures.
Yeah, everything is really geometric. It kind of I don't know what's going on with my voice. Um, I love the precision and the geometry and the kind of implied 3D-ness,
Yeah, the
spatialness,
perspective. Uh-huh.
and how he separates the colors and starts telling a story, geometric.
Yeah, and the colors are actually quite vibrant per thread.
Right.
But from a distance, and because they're all separated from each other, the colors become muted. But when you look at it really up close, or even if you take a very hard side view of it, you get those pure saturated colors that you would get from a serape.
Yeah. Yeah, Chris has been showing his work for a number of years, and each time I see it, I like it more and more. It was so kind of minimal to me. I don't know if it's gotten more colorful or if I've just started looking at it closer, but I love it.
Yeah, it's on view through February the 6th. This show's been extended also. It just makes it easier for people to get by the gallery these days and everybody have a one-on-one visit with the art.
Yeah. And Chris said that she, in the past, has shown like a serape next to it.
Yes.
But it kind of turns it into a museum exhibit.
Yeah.
By people, like someone's not going to put that in their living room. Someone with a beautiful modern home could put one of these in there, but they're probably not going to put a fabric, a garment on the wall.
Might not. Yeah, these are fairly large pieces anyway. There we get a sight of Ruben Nieto's work in the middle gallery.
Yeah.
Also some fabulous, fabulous work.
Yeah, we might show some of his work sometime. But this one with the yarn, it just seems so perfect for a field trip.
Yeah. It was nice. It was nice being there, just the two of us plus Chris, and talk to her from a little bit of a distance. You always want to give hugs, but we can't.
Yeah, but even that's becoming normal.
Yeah.
There'll be I won't, even if we all had the vaccine right away, I will still be kind of reserved about affection in public and hugging and
Right.
I bet others won't, so I'll have to get used to it. This piece is so detailed and just some of this work is awesome.
The colors are just amazing. I really enjoy seeing that.
Yeah, I wonder if he has pictures of the serapes.
I've seen them before.
Like before he takes them apart.
I think if you go to his website online, you can find a lot of that information too.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I don't think he's from Dallas.
That one
I think
looks like an emerald or jewel.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
So, and
Yeah.
I think he might show at another gallery in the country also somewhere.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So, yeah, that was fun. We had at least started getting out a little bit, especially when we can just have some alone time in the gallery or in the yarn store with just us and the proprietor, and
the gallery
makes it a lot easier.
And this might be a good time to go visit your favorite art galleries
All across the country.
Because at least I get the impression from Chris Worley, that she enjoys, she makes appointments, and I don't think she has nearly the foot traffic that she used to.
Right.
Which makes the few people that come in and appointments enjoyable for her too. She seems to do a lot of online things, and so she's been compensating, but
Right.
the actual one-on-one when someone's going to come in and look at the show, I think it's as much fun for her as it is for
I'm sure it is.
for the art looky-loo.
It's nice to have people to talk to sometimes when you just don't have people to talk to anymore these days.
Yeah. So let's move on to some finished objects.
Yep. Let's go look at
We both have
finished
some.
objects. So, I first, and we have a little video here to show, because I made some Hanukkah bags for a couple of friends of ours. And since I'm doing gnomes this year, I've been also making little gnomes and including them in packages when I can, when I have enough time to make all that happen. So in this little video, you'll see the Hanukkah bags and the little gnomes that I sent along to good friends of ours.
And
So
I happen to be looking at, I think, the scariest gnome of all in front of
we'll
us
look at
right
that
now.
when we get to the rest of my
Very,
finished
very
objects.
scary.
So let's look at this little video. Hi, so happy Christmas to all of y'all and happy Hanukkah. Today is the third night of Hanukkah this evening. It's also the third Sunday of Advent. So I got a couple of presents made for some friends of ours that celebrate Hanukkah. So first I made this bag for Mike and Marla. I've got just a little few trinkets inside, you know, little candles, some chocolates for guilt, of course, there's that. And because I'm making gnomes for our holiday, everybody else that's getting a present is probably going to get a little gnome too. Mike and Marla. And he's got a little ponytail. And then this one is for Alan Josephson. And he's got some little trinkets in there, another candle, some chocolate, some gilt. I like this fabric, and I know Alan will love that for the interior. And then he's also got a little gnome. His has got an extra big beard and a handlebar mustache because he does that.
Alan does.
Alan does. I also have out my menorah, even though I'm not Jewish. But this made by our friend Mark Epstein years ago. He used to be here in Dallas. Now he's in Colorado. I don't have candles for it this year, but I like bringing it out this time of year anyway. And that's it. So this will be some of my finished objects for the show. I'll have some more, but these are going out today, so they won't be ready for our next episode. Happy Christmas, happy Hanukkah, happy holidays. It was fun. Yeah, we're back from that.
Okay, we're back.
And so now I also have more gnomes that I've made. And let me see.
They're part of our display back here.
They're part of our display.
Well, you know what? Before you show the gnomes, right? We never talked about our setup, because you had decided that you wanted to kind of a gnome theme.
Yes,
this year,
and
right?
y'all all saw the gnome advent calendar that I made in time for the beginning of Advent. And actually, this calendar goes from December 1st, so it was ready for December 1st. And I filled it with
Trilogy
Yarns Advent calendar. So it's been a present for Rusty every day this month to enjoy and to see how it all comes together. And it's been fun looking at that.
I'm going to be looking at the last one tonight.
Yeah, so I think you're going to open it on screen.
Yeah, so
aren't you?
I have a little thing to open here.
A couple of little things. The last ones. So
So we
yeah.
have gnomes. So we have gnomes
gnomes.
going on, and I'm gonna do a little video so we can see the shells. Of course, I had huge plans for decorating the place that didn't. You know, if you don't have a dream, how are you gonna make a dream come true?
Bali high.
But so I didn't quite make the whole dream come true. But I made a few gnomes, and we've got them all kind of arranged up here. There's no like angel hair. We've got a towel. You know, there's crafty compromise going on.
Of course there are. There always is. That's the great thing about living with an artist.
That's right.
We don't have a Christmas tree again this year. Last year we did not have a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
We actually have one that is, it's like 7 feet tall and it's about this big around.
It's apartment size.
It's apartment size because this little, our little condo living space that's attached to Rusty studio space is fairly small, and the rooms are fairly small. There's just, and once we redecorated this room and put in all the bookshelves and bought new furniture, there's no room for a tree.
Yeah.
So last year
I mean, we
had,
have done it before, but
but we didn't have furniture in here really, and we weren't even using it.
we could move that chair. We could put it in the corner.
Oh, we could, but
But-
we're not this year. Maybe next year.
Simba would hate us if we did that.
I know.
Oh, the looks we would get.
The cats. We have to, we all have to accommodate our dogs and cats for all the
I want to
holidays
get a
and
video
seasons of the year.
of Simba using that chair. It's like he's overweight. He's not energetic. But when he gets in the right frame of mind, he knows he can use that chair to launch himself into the windowsill. And I swear one day he's going to go straight through that window because it is just...
We adopted him from the SPCA overweight.
Yeah.
And so when we took him for his very first vet visit, just about a month after...
Holiday cheers.
About a month after he came to live with us, the vet said, oh, he needs to lose weight. So he's been on a weight management diet
And he's lost 2 pounds.
since in the
3 years that
3
we've had
years
him.
we've had him, right? So, we're working at it. He's a little cookie monster, though.
Yeah.
He will eat every and anything. He sits underneath me because I'm not the neatest eater, and he just waits for everything.
You're crummy.
I am. I have an eating disorder
Oh.
and a drinking problem because it all goes down the front of me.
Oh, you always have to get just a spot somewhere.
I do. So, and Simba's amazing. He'll eat lettuce. He'll eat onions, which I know he shouldn't, but make it, what am I going to do? Pull it out of his mouth? I don't think so.
So I know some people have beautiful Christmas displays. We have a shelf kind of devoted to it. We've got some nice garland back there with some pine cones and our Christmas stockings up.
Our last place
Advent calendar
was
out.
really big, and we had plenty of room, and we would have 2 or 3 or 4 trees up in the living space every year, but we just don't have that room anymore.
Yeah.
Did we show all those trees back in July when we had summer or
Oh yeah.
Christmas in July?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
In fact, that reminds me of a story from Christmas past.
What happened?
Okay, so I've wanted to tell the story Christmas in July, and Hampton was like, "You don't dare tell anyone."
Don't tell anyone.
But I've
this
been
story.
badgering him, and so now I get to tell the story.
Right.
So we were having some holiday cheer. Do you know what year it was?
No, I don't know.
It was probably 8 years ago, say 10 years ago, maybe. And
you know what? We had the Happy Meal tree up
we had 3 Christmas trees
in 2009.
Yeah,
We might have had it up in 2010 or 8 also. It was somewhere between 2008 and 2010.
okay.
The timeline of this little story you're going to tell on me.
Yeah, we could have been celebrating, a presidential election, or
But we
something.
weren't.
Anyway,
Don't get into that.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah. So, we had a huge Christmas display. We were celebrating, having a bit too much to drink, but we weren't. We were at home in our living room.
Safe.
And Hampton's, we have the music going, and Hampton is dancing around and looking at the tree. And this one Happy Meal
You're not
tree
going to see me.
has things hung from fishing line out of 6 inches in front of it. So it was like they were things orbiting the tree, and
Right.
it could mess with your depth perception,
Which I have
especially if you're
horrible.
drinking and you don't have good balance.
Right.
And so I'm watching Hampton as he's dancing around looking at the tree, and then slowly he starts leaning, and he starts, and it's almost like if you're a skier, if you start to fall and there's nothing you can do about it, you're just going to have to keep falling. And he went down and he took the whole tree down with all the Happy Meal ornaments and everything. And I didn't have it on video. These days I would have been filming that. But
Yes. So, it might not have really happened since there's no pictures.
so he just completely took out, and I think that did in that metal tree.
Yeah, some of the branches were broken
And
irreparably.
as funny as
True.
it was, he afterwards we realized we're lucky you didn't really hurt yourself or take out an eye, because
Yeah.
in the middle of the tree his glasses had been taken
Yeah.
off, and they had the tree was wearing his glasses.
After I got up, I was like, I can't see very well. Why was my vision not very? Where's my glasses?
The tree had them.
The tree had them. And they didn't get scratched or broken.
Oh,
It was a Christmas miracle.
yeah, I think I set the tree back up again.
You did. And you wired those branches back up to be in place, but
That was
we
the
didn't-
last year.
It was the last year. All the lights were burnt out on it anyway. We had to add lights,
So I have flashbacks of that sometimes when Hampton's walking around the cactus in our garden.
Yeah, me too. Me
Ow.
too. When you were more into cactus, I was usually like, could we get rid of that cactus? Could we move that cactus
I've been
over
toning
there?
them down.
You have been, because you just don't have the time.
So, where were we?
Well, we were on finished objects, and so we were talking about gnomes.
Oh, okay. So you've done your Christmas
And
bag
you're
of
go-
gnomes. Did you
And you're
have
going to
that?
do a little video of up close of these gnomes.
Right, but first off, I'm just going to follow my list, or I'll. Oh yeah, gnomes is first on my list.
Right.
So yeah, I knit these two, and they are. What is their name? I'm gonna put it up there. I found it on Ravelry, and it actually was a DK weight pattern. Norma and Norm, or Norm and Norma, and they're supposed to have a baby. And I almost made them. Oh, I'm getting off track. The pattern's in DK, but I have so much fingering weight that I just made them smaller.
Right.
And it's one of them was a woman and a man, and it's a couple, and they're supposed to have a baby. So I guess it's a nativity. Does that at Christmas time that almost automatically makes it a
I
nativity?
think it does.
Right?
Yes, I think it does.
But I gave both of these guys beards, and one's red and one's gray, and so that's us, even though mine should be white. And I took artistic license.
Of course.
And instead of a baby, I thought about putting a little bundle in there with a cat head sticking out. But I'm knitting. So I've got some toothpicks, and I'm knitting a roof for a...
Are you knitting a little shawl? Let's just say it's a little shawl.
I'm knitting a little shawl because I am doing a lot of that these
Right.
days.
But you are also knitting a little village of houses too, aren't you?
That's in works in progress.
Ah, okay. But when you scan across this little vignette up here,
Yeah.
you will show that too.
There's a few store-bought gnomes.
Yeah.
There's ones that you've sewn, and there's ones that I've knitted.
There's two of them that I've sewn up there, sewn and hot glued.
Yeah.
I did find a free pattern online for the gnomes, but it was supposed to make a gnome that was sort of like about this big. And I just wanted them only about 4 inches tall, like the ones I'd gotten at World Market. So I just kind of looked at the ones that I'd bought and looked at that pattern, and I just sort of adapted and made my own thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I do have one more of those that I've gotten done before Christmas. But I've all my little pins that I use for sewing, I've just had them in the box they came in, and I need a pin cushion, And today I broke the little lid on the box, and I'm like, any minute now I'm going to spill this whole box of pins. So
Right.
I went ahead and just whipped up myself a pin cushion because
the scariest little gnome in the world.
because I thought, well, I'm making these gnomes. I could just make a little gnome for a pin cushion. So I did.
And you said, what were you telling me earlier?
So see, I made this little thing, and he's
Yeah.
he thinks he's the ruler of all the gnomes, but it's whatever.
You were telling me nothing
yeah.
political.
I know I wasn't telling you anything, but I'm just made a pin cushion.
Right.
Right. So see, it works. It just sort of sits here. See? Kind of leans forward. I don't know why it does that.
Oh no.
Anyway,
Give me my phone.
There's my new pin cushion.
My phone won't participate.
So that's a finished object for me. You know what else we have? I also finished a bag today.
Oh.
And you made Christmas cookies.
The one for Tom?
For Tom.
Did we make a video?
Yes. We made a video. Let's watch that
Should we
right
show
now.
it? Okay.
Yeah, because you made cookies for our gang of guys.
Oh.
And we just went out and delivered those before we sat down to...
So here, wait. Let me...
And then I also made a
bag
for our friend Tom.
So here are my gingerbread cookies, snowflakes, and gingerbread man. I'd made most of them before I realized, hey, it's COVID. I need to put a mask on. Actually, I was running out of time, so I gave them all bikinis because it's so much faster. And then I got a little carried away with some of them. I don't know if that's hair or tattoos. And here's another happy bikini guy. On our something Liberty.
Yeah, they're 4th of July plates.
What's it say?
Sweet Land of Liberty.
Sweet Land of Liberty.
There you go.
Cookies ready to go out.
And a gift bag for our friend Tom. It's ready to go out now too. I just made this today. It has nice adult lining and a pocket on the outside.
In a pocket and really cool fabric.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah, so some little gifts inside. So ready to take this to a
So
friend.
it's our time to play Santa's
Cookies.
elves. We need to get out of here.
We got to get out of here and deliver these cookies
Deliver.
and this present. You also have the hat and
the honey striped hat.
honey striped hat.
So, Stephen West, I've been doing a lot of Stephen West shawls, as I'll talk about more. When you did the Mystery Knit-Along Slipstravaganza 2020, Mystery Knit-Along 2020, it included one of the techniques that you use, one of the sections that you knit was this, it looked like honeycomb, it looked like hexagons with stripes in the background, in the middle of the hexagons. And so he took that technique and turned it into a hat.
Right.
And so where is... Oh, okay. And this is the one that I use U2 yarn. I took 3 DK U2 yarns. And so this is called the Honey Striped Hat. And it has this really cool, I like it.
Wow, it looks a lot more turquoise. I mean, it is sort of...
It's copper patina.
Copper patina. And yeah.
And if Tracy is watching this, Tracy from Curly Seams. Everyone needs to watch Curly Seams. They need more subscribers. It's
a great show.
They're trying to get to 600.
Right.
They're on a a mission right now.
Exactly.
And it was
They have merch too.
it was recently Tracy's birthday, and at the same time as Hampton's about.
about a
and-
week later. Yeah.
And I sent Tracy, and Tracy named our show,
Right.
The Artful Stitch.
It was her name that won all y'all's votes.
So I found out that there was she had already won the naming prize, and then I found out it was her birthday, and so I stuck in an extra skein of yarn, and so I stuck in this one, which I'll show a close up because this looks like copper, and with little flecks of brown in it, and then I included this mohair.
that you sent to her.
That I thought could look really good in that slip stitch hat. I don't know if you put that in a note anywhere.
I don't know that I did. I don't think I said anything about extra for her birthday.
Well, so hopefully,
But now you know.
hopefully, if Tracy, if you see this, hopefully you'll see it. I put two in because we had been talking about that slip stitch hat, and I think that combination would be awesome. But that's just what I would like. I think one looks like rust, and one looks the green looks like copper, and that there's flecks in the green of the copper, and that it would look good. But you might have moved on from that hat. So anyway, hopefully you'll find a project for those. But I love this green, and it's got a ribbing. It's I don't know what you call it. Is it a two? It's a ribbing, but in between the knit columns, you've got a seed stitch on each side of it, so that it's a 2x2, or I can't think right now, or a 3x3 ribbing. Anyway, it's really cool and cushy, and you fold it up, and then you can't see really good, but there's actually two colors. There's stripes in here, and
Two different colorways.
Yeah, and so I took 3 U2 yarn DKs, and now I'm redoing it. I'm just going to talk. I'm just going to talk about it right now because that I'm starting another honey striped hat. I realized that I had 3 skeins that I was using, and on this one I used the most of the green, and that why not make 2 others and kind of highlight the other colors. And I think the green stripe will look really good when I use the green in the background as the stripes. And here you alternate like gray, brown, gray, brown, gray, brown, gray, brown, gray, brown. So you alternate, but if I swap that up, it's really going to look like they're continuous lines of green. So anyway, too much explanation, but that's what I'm going for.
That's
in this
what we're
hat.
here for.
And then I'll do a third one where this one's the gray, green is the predominant, and then the brown will be the predominant.
Yeah.
And I'm having fun with these hats. There's something really pretty easy. It's the first time I'm doing magic loop too, and I don't know why I've steered clear kind of magic loop, but it's really nice. This was my first magic loop hat, and I still have to block it, but
But all the ends are knitted in.
I realized I didn't wear it. Yeah.
Tracy was drinking a chocolate peppermint tea this morning on their latest episode, so I thought, it's time to have some of that for Christmas. So I'm having peppermint chocolate tea also. So cheers. I'm also having a few sips of beer because why not? It's Christmas.
We just met with this whole lockdown period. We've had it's almost like a support group, but our core group of friends, instead of
gang. It's our family of choice.
Instead of a few times a year, we meet once a week on Zoom, almost. And we're actually getting to know, why is this backwards thing is throwing me off? I feel like I've gotten to know them even better than I ever did just at our holiday parties.
Uh-huh. Yeah. It's been a lot of fun. And that's who you made cookies for, and we went and delivered to everybody's house before we made it back home in time to get on our weekly Zoom happy hour. We were only about 15, 20 minutes because everybody had plans for tonight, but we just wanted to say hi and Merry Christmas to each other. And we all exchanged some gifts as we ran door to door. So
Dropped things off, kept masks on.
right. Kept our distance. No hugs.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So it was that was a nice kept a little normalcy. I mean, I made the same cookies that I made last year. I could have experimented, but I kind of just wanted some continuity.
Right. Right. We even went and ate some Tex-Mex today because that's
it's good.
what we like doing on Christmas Eve. But
Who doesn't like Tex-Mex?
we haven't been able to. We don't really want to go to restaurants, so we drove by one of our favorites. We have 3 or 4 favorites, but one of the ones was near Paul's house, and so we were like, let's just drive by and see if the patio is open and empty. And we did. We drove by, and they had it pretty well covered with plastic because it was kind of windy and chilly, and they had the heaters on out there, and we sat out there, and there was nobody nearby, and we had a nice little late lunch, and then
It was such a pretty day that
it was beautiful. It was a sunny day.
And this is our normal conversation. I'm willing to do a patio if no one else is around. I mean, I don't want a full patio either, just because it's outside. If there's people close by, I don't want to be there. And this time there was no one there, and so it's just a little chilly. But
it was a little chilly. But they had the heaters, those heaters on patio heaters.
Not the propane, but I think they're electric, or are they gas?
I don't know. They were good.
Yeah, I could feel it.
It was warm. It was some of that breeze was still coming through because it was quite windy today.
So Paul came to the parking lot.
Right. Because he didn't answer the door, or he didn't answer our call. We were in his driveway. He didn't hear his phone ring, so we left a message and said, we're over at Manny's, so just eating on the patio, so come by and exchange with us, and then you can be on your way to Dan's house.
To Dan's house. And then he went to Dan's house. That's the one person that he gets together with during the lockdown. And Matt and Mark were together, and you and I are together. And then we all got together. We made our rounds, and
Right. And we also stopped by Tom's and gave him his present. Tom and I have been friends.
His bag.
For 40 years. Yeah. A bag, and I had a little one of those insulated Yeti cups in it for him, and a restaurant gift card, because he always orders out anyway and has it delivered even before the pandemic. And I made a little bag that you just saw. So
I got us off track when I was talking about that, but next, I need to show the Rockefeller shawl.
Yeah, okay.
Which you know about.
I know about, but I haven't seen it. It's my Christmas gift, isn't it?
It's a gift for Hampton.
Yes. And I'll see it tomorrow.
He totally knew he's acting.
On Christmas. Oh, I knew, because you have to...
You can't spend this much time knitting and avoid each other when you're in lockdown together.
Right, and I drive everywhere, and he knits, and I'm like, what are you working on? And it's 2 colors that he had already got my approval on.
Right.
A month or so ago. And,
yeah.
Because he's like, pick out the colors that you want, and I'm going to make this. So I knew it. But you kind of have to know these things.
So let's break away, and I'm going to show a video because I'm not showing him yet. That's his present tomorrow.
Yes. So I'll just
However, I'll show you guys.
I'll cover my
So-
eyes, and y'all look at it on the video.
Here we go.
So I'm here with Hampton's new Rockefeller shawl. I realized I didn't have a good setup to do this inside, so I'm out on our patio, getting a little chilly. And this feels good because it's actually chilly out here. But I have loved working on this. I used to not want to work on garter stitch. Just thinking that stockinette stitch was smoother and more refined, and I don't know what I was thinking. I really enjoyed this garter stitch area and all these short rows to create these kind of triangular shapes to radiate in a circle, and slipped rib area, and these increases to create little holes pattern. I have loved this shawl, and it was a pretty quick knit because it's just so much straightforward knitting with enough detail to keep my interest. Anyway, great shawl. I can't wait to give it to Hampton.
Okay, well that was
Beep-bye.
that was fun.
Good. I
Whatever,
can't wait to
whatever.
actually see it myself.
Yeah. I don't know what to say about it because I don't know what I just said. So let's move on.
So now it's time for whips.
All right. So I am, like I said, I am starting the. I'm gonna have to make sure of this name, Hunter Hammerson. I've mentioned it in another episode, but anyway, he's got a couple house designs. He does a lot of hats. He does a lot of slippers, not full socks, but I don't know, they make me think of elves, and
Huh.
there's something elvish about some of his designs, I think, and cabling, and
Oh, that sounds cool.
yeah, I'd like to make some of those. But he also has
I'd like
these
some.
small objects,
Uh-huh.
acorns and stars.
Oh,
and,
okay.
And he's got these homes. So can you grab that one? It's called
Yes.
This house design is called Chimney, and I'd actually thought that I was going to make a bunch of these. All my friend that I
Today, this morning.
that I delivered cookies. Well, the past week that I was going to deliver cookies. The people that we just delivered cookies to, they were also going to get a little ornament, and this is not done. You actually knit. You have a block here. You have to cut a block or get a building block or something, and then you pinhole cast on, make a square base, turn it and go up, and then duplicate stitch on some windows, and it's so small. You make slip stitches to form the corners. You do slip stitch decreases and a double decrease at the peak, and it's nice detailing. But the pattern is 28 pages, and I'm used to following things on my phone where,
Right.
and pretty soon is that you?
Oh. I guess it is.
Or was
I'm
it a
sorry.
cat?
No, it was me.
Oh, okay. Earthquake. And so anyway, it's kind of hard to keep track of because there's different sections, and finally I know where I am in the instructions, but you can do them in this shape, and then a long rectangular shape, and a tall rectangular shape, almost like a high rise.
I heard the circular saw running earlier this week while I was working, and I thought, well, you're not doing a sculpture right now. Why are you? I thought he was just knitting. What's he having to use a circular saw for?
And I'm about
Now I
to.
know.
I did a roof, and it's a twisted rib.
I like that yarn. It looks like thatch.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. I'm pretty sure this is Lolo did it.
Ah.
I have stopped. I have so many fingering weights. I used to keep track of, what project had what yarn. But anyway, it's fun working on these little things, but it feels good working on a hat like this. I'm so used to fingering weight yarn with my artwork. It's fun to knit with some thicker yarn that goes faster, and I can finish a hat in a day, and that's kind of fun. So anyway, that's a work in progress.
Yep.
It's called a chimney house.
So it's time to move on to our next segment, which is
Yarn,
y'all.
And oh my, did I get a lot of yarn.
You have a lot of yarn, and you know what? I bet we get more too.
I am expecting some in the mail. Some squishy mail. So I've got Trilogy Advent yarn, and now I haven't started any project with this. I don't think I want to do the blanket that's the pattern that comes with it. So I'm gathering up all the skeins, and some of these I've just loved. There's one that looks like it's mainly white, but it's got segments of almost black, almost bluish black, blackish blue. And it makes me think of Delft, Delft pottery.
Right.
I love that one. Some of these I really love. These are the last 4 I opened up. I forget the name of this one, but it's got some golds and browns, and that one's good. I want to see it rolled up. I've been rolling some of these up. I really like this one. Kind of turquoise, teals, pink, purple. And I think this one is Miracle on 34th Avenue. Or is it Street?
Street. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And Avenue. Are you sure it's not cul-de-sac? Court. Miracle on 34th Court.
No, it's not.
This one, which I think it'd be great if it's A Wonderful Life, because it's green. It looks blue on the video, but it's the color of money.
Yeah, it looks like money.
And I keep showing that other one. This one, I think it's a Charlie Brown Christmas.
Ah.
And this one is Rudolph. Some nice pinks and shaded.
It's really washed out.
Yeah. The light that we have for us is, the color is better back here.
Oh, yeah, it is. Might try that with
yeah.
the green, too.
Let me show all of these.
Yeah, the green even looks better now. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I have one more. Let me, right now, the 24th, because today is the 24th.
The 24th.
This one's called Christmas Vacation. And, oh, I like that. Red, white, and blue.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, kind of. I know I'll show good pictures of these.
Uh-huh.
What do y'all think of our fireplace back here?
I'm getting a little
really
warm.
Toasty.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get a little prize every time.
Yeah.
Oh, Eucalan. I'll definitely use this. Unscented, some wool. Cleaner. I will definitely use that. You know what? I'm going to keep that out.
Yeah, you should.
And I was keeping all these, keeping the names, but I started rolling some of these up. I'm not going to keep them like that anymore.
Right.
I'm just going to roll them up into balls. I need to see all the balls so I can rearrange them and figure out how I'm going to use them.
Uh-huh.
I'm even thinking a Stephen West bubble shawl, which has a whole bunch of little scallop kind of scales.
Yeah.
And then each row of those changes color.
Uh-huh.
And I might be able to come up with a really cool pattern.
Oh, yeah.
Or design with these colors.
Are you going to open
the
the very last one, the one for Christmas Day? But we always open a lot of Christmas presents on Christmas Eve, and it's Christmas Eve.
So this one, it says holiday movies. And so these were all mini skeins, about 20 grams. And I'm assuming this is a full-size 100 gram.
100 gram, I think it is. It is. I think I saw that in the the blanket
Oh.
instructions.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Oh my God, look at that orange and kind of lichen. Oh, that is so pretty.
I think this was intentional
Oh,
to
look
be
at
the
this.
border around all those other squares made of triangles from each of the mini skeins.
It must all be fingering weight. 80% merino, 20% nylon, US 2 needle. Yeah, probably fingering. Oh my God, that's so pretty.
It is.
It's called Holiday Movies. It's a glamorous, I think that's the base. Oh wow, that is so pretty. Cool. Yay. I love this.
Yay.
Because I didn't quite have enough fingering weight yarn.
No, of course not. No. How you ever get enough?
Maybe this is how yarn stores happen.
no.
No.
And how they've survived during the pandemic.
I think some of them are doing okay.
I think some of them are thriving, probably. What does this mean? Anything?
That would be stop if we want to stop recording.
Oh, okay.
But we're
okay.
still recording.
I see that. Okay,
We're at
good.
48 minutes.
You can always edit that out. or
We
whatever,
used
I'm
to
sorry.
look. I used to pay attention to that. You know, it just gives me a headache.
Yeah. Well,
So-
plus we need to edit a lot of it out anyway. We'll
That
add
is so
stuff
pretty.
in.
I love that.
It is. It's
Trilogy
gorgeous.
yarns. Okay, so then we stopped by DMH.
Last weekend.
And
oh,
I
and
didn't
the
go
weekend
grab
before
these.
that too.
I didn't go grab the cotton yarns.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'll show pictures.
shows
of them.
pictures of them.
But you're still kind of gathering cotton yarns, thinking of your mom.
Yeah,
right?
because you still want to make her a shawl.
I want to
or-
make her a shawl now because if I make some socks, I like the way the wool feels. I think the cotton. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're not going to be as cozy. I wanted something that would really keep her warm.
Yeah, and with the air conditioning in Texas, she's just gotten to the point where she's always cold when she goes inside buildings, even in the summertime. So I've seen her wear shawls and things at church, even in the summer, because it's the air conditionings will freeze us out sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can wear it. It's a piece of clothing you can wear, out when you're walking in the fields or something, whatever she does in her
Right. Well, they're 36 acres, yeah.
right. Or you can
Through
wear
the
it.
woods and the fields.
She can wear it to church, or
Uh-huh.
she can wear it when she's just sitting in her chair,
Right. Right.
like a blanket.
Yep.
So anyway, I'm really into these Stephen West shawls. Oh wait,
Yes, yeah.
I'm jumping ahead. So you got those cotton yarns, which I'm sure we've shown.
Well, we just got them, so we haven't shown them yet. So
I don't have them here.
I know,
we'll
but
show a
you'll
video.
show pictures of them. We
Pictures.
just talked about them.
And then I got more Chick Ashby.
Because you want to add them into some more Stephen West shawls
Right,
when they call for a shock of color.
right. And it's funny. So he's saying like neon is a neutral.
Neon is neutral.
So I got this. This is called Caution. So it definitely looks like the cautioned cones. And this one is Get Your Glow Joe on yellow.
Yeah,
It's like kind of highlighter yellow.
it is like highlighter yellow. It's kind of green in there, but it's highlighter yellow.
Get Your Glow Joe on green. Very highlighter-ish.
Yeah,
And so I just have these. Every now and then I want a color that really stands out, and you're trying to contrast colors to make the design stand out. And one reason I am doing. I'm about to tell you I've ordered a bunch of yarn from these Stephen West kits because I'm doing shawls. I feel like I'm getting a class with each shawl. I'm learning a category of knitting, and so it's really interesting to be learning, but it's also a good jumping off point for my artwork because I'm knitting so much. And I talked about this earlier in the show, and that artist at Chris Worley having zarapes on the wall, and
Right.
that made it more just for museums and nonprofit shows, and not so much someone's wall behind their sofa. And but here I am wanting to do it because I want to show what's inspiring me, and I'll probably take some of the same stitches, some of the same yarn and color, and work it into my artwork. And so maybe on one wall I'll have the garments. I haven't thought it through yet, but
Right.
I'm getting a lot of kits and shawls, which I'll be knitting, but I'll also be doing artwork, including some of that. So anyway, this is thinking ahead to some Stephen West shawls, all these colors. And they had this indie dyer called Dye to Spin.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what the name of that is?
I think...
Dye to Spin.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she had advertised, I saw this on Instagram, and it's called Blue Ringed Octopus.
Because they had a trunk show last weekend, and they showed this.
And she couldn't make it.
Yeah, she couldn't be
But
there.
her yarn made it.
Her yarn made it.
And
Sort of like you and your art. Your art always travels more. Your art's been in shows in China, Beijing, Seoul. But
Seoul, not Beijing.
No. Well, it went to Beijing, too. They had them in there, too. But we didn't go.
Anyway, I don't think it's
we
focusing.
didn't get to go there.
Is it focusing? Oh, well.
I think it is.
I hope so. I don't have my glasses on.
Oh, yeah. It's focusing.
Okay. So
and the colors look pretty true, too, not having them up against the camera.
This is Dye to Spin, the Octopus Collection, 100% superwash merino. Color is Blue Ringed Octopus. And this goldish yellow is really intense. And
I love that color.
This medium light blue and they're so rich and royal. And this one looks black, but it's really a dark blue. And I can't. I don't want to make too many of these hats. I can see it working.
Aren't you going to make one of those hats for me with this?
That's what the plan was. I feel like I keep making this hat over and over, but it is fun to make.
Right.
And it's nice trying these different combinations.
You've only made it once so far. You need to make it like...
I'm making the second.
You're working on the second, right. It is treat time. But anyway, we're not going to do that right now.
Yeah. Stormy fell off, but now she's back up on her perch, and
we're going to edit that out. Okay. All right. What else do you have? Hyber knit-along yarn. She's walking around while we're talking, and so yes. Hyber knit-along yarn is the next thing.
Okay. So, here we get into the Stephen West kits.
Oh, and we still have, 2 more days? The day after tomorrow, the pattern comes out.
Yeah. Yeah, so after the mystery knit-along, there was the Hyber knit-along you get on the 26th. And, oh, wait. This hat, it didn't come with the mystery knit-along. It came with the Hyber knit-along.
Right. It was a sneak preview of what's coming.
So, and the kits kept on selling out, and I was getting frustrated because I have been enjoying his color choices and not making those decisions sometimes. So I was waiting for one of the kits, and within an hour, they were all gone, or at least all the ones that I wanted were gone. How does she fit down in there? Come on. Okay. And so I finally got one. It's by Fru Valborg. And oh, I love I don't know if you can see this through the plastic. You got a nice olive and lighter colors and some kind of blackish cranberry spots in there. And then this intense light blue.
Yeah.
Oh, this is called Applejack.
Ah.
And it is 80 merino superwash, 20% nylon. It's definitely fingering weight. Life on Mars. I love this. The pale, it looks more intense. It's pretty bright robin's egg blue.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's got some flashes of purple, some bright purple. Whoops. Then we have Emmy Lou. And this is kind of like a fade set. I don't know if how these are going to transition. We haven't seen the shawl pattern yet. And then this one is a single
Not yet.
color, kind of a darker
OD green,
OD green, olive drab,
Yeah.
called the Green Mile. Was that a military show? Huh.
I don't recall.
Okay. So that is one kit. That's the
Was it
Fru
a prison
Valborg.
movie?
Whoops.
Uh-oh.
Here goes the roof.
Tornado.
Hurricane Rusty.
Texas tornado.
Okay. So that is the Hyber Knit Along, and I can't wait to see the pattern. I'm going to get a choice of 2 shawl patterns, and I could make both of them, but I've got yarn to make one of them.
Right.
And I'm kind of hoping one's a brioche.
So for our next episode, which should be in 2 weeks, it'll either be a whip or an FO.
Yeah, it'll be one or the other, because I'm anxious to get started on this one. And then after the Hyber Knit Along, I got yarn for painting bricks. The Painting Bricks shawl.
Ah, that's one of his past shawls?
Yeah, and this one is using his tandem, Westwool tandem.
Oh, those are showing up pretty good through that bag.
Oh, good. Well, maybe I won't take them out this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is for the Painting Bricks shawl. I don't know what the names of the colors are. But olive and 2 different tones of blue, light blue, medium teal. Kind of a mouse color, a gray, but a mouse color.
So,
No, I think that is one of the names of a color I've been using is mouse.
uh-huh.
And then Chevron Shenanigans. And
You are knitter gone wild.
I am Knitter Gone Wild. And these are Q Lavender Fire, Flying. Oh, they're not all lined up. Roller Coaster, Magma, Thrill Seeker.
Those are showing up pretty good through that bag, too.
And it's queuing fiber, hand dyed in the UK. So I'm getting to try out a bunch of different yarns. See, so this is he's calling it fade. It kind of seems like the pink it really stands out from these 3 reds, but I've been wanting to try this brand. This dyer always has these really beautiful color combinations. I can't wait to, I love blues and reds together. Anyway, so that one is for Chevron Shenanigans.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
And did I have another one? I do. Chevrolelogram. And this one is Life in
I
the
don't
Long
think
Grass.
I've seen all of these. I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Life in the Long Grass. And Andesol, Hillside, Lichen, and Beach Grass.
The Life in the Long Grass is in that Mystery Knit Along one that you did.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
So I've used it before. And I saw in your video they've got it at Hill Country Weavers in Austin.
Oh.
So I think I was probably rustling so much. I'll say this one more time. This is Life in the Long Grass with beach grass, lichen, hillside, andesol, however you say that. And this is to make the Chevrolelogram shawl,
All right.
which I'm anxious to see the edges of it get real geometric.
Uh-huh.
I can't wait to see that one come together. And I don't have it here yet, but I've ordered a Seriously Holy shawl. So,
Serious.
not serious,
No.
not with an E, it's with a U, SURIOUSLY.
Okay.
And so that one's in the mail.
All right. It'll be on its way.
And so that's really it for the yarn, y'all.
One more.
Oh, what?
One more. This was just too cute.
It's not on our list.
I know, because it's a Christmas present for Rusty, and you love getting Christmas presents on Christmas Eve. So, here you go.
Oh, is this from DMH?
Yes, it's from DMH.
Oh, wow.
There's
Was it
nothing
in the
else in
bag?
there.
Was it in the bag? Yeah.
That's it. And it's
Oh, wow.
Buddies
Mini color palette, buddies for food groups.
for food groups.
Oh, I see.
I just thought this was so cute.
Maple syrup,
Yes.
candy corn,
Uh-huh.
candy cane,
Uh-huh.
some kind of hard candies at the end here. This one's an elf. Yeah, so it looks like we've got an elf, some hard candy, some candy cane. I keep wanting to say Colonel Candy Corn. We have a friend that dressed up as Colonel Candy Corn.
For
Candy
Halloween
corn
for us.
and maple syrup with sparkles.
They're all got sparkles.
And this is a Daisy Stitch company. And so I know that DMH has been selling her yarn.
Yep.
I've got some other Apple Harvest or Harvest. by
We were there a
DMH.
few weeks ago, and I saw that, and I said,
Oh, those
I
are
called him
nice.
back after, or I sent him a message after we left, and I said, would you hold one of those back for me, and I'll come get it next Friday. So I went out. You were like, no, I got too much to do. You go out. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to buy DMH, and you don't know that. Ha ha. Christmas present for Rusty.
Oh, my. Maybe now I have enough yarn.
Just
Oh,
for
my God.
2020.
Oh, my God. Okay, so that really is it. That's it for the yarn, y'all. And
That's it.
I really wanted to say thanks to everyone for the condolences and all the comments about Audrey. That was really, I was not expecting to get that emotional, but she is a lovely little kitty that I love. So I guess hopefully people understand.
Right.
Where is Stormy? I can hear her.
Of course.
So anyway, thank you for the messages. I know a lot of people can understand exactly what I was going through. And I will definitely keep showing the kitties. Every now and then I'll probably be upset, but I love them. So,
Right.
yeah,
That's life.
that is life. Yep.
It's a circle of life.
Life is precious.
It is.
And then,
So y'all stay safe, wear your masks, encourage your friends and family to wear a mask, and get the vaccine as soon as you can, but keep your distance and stay safe until we all have gotten it, okay? Just wanted to say that.
And I wanted to give an update on the art show, which I alluded to, or
Yeah.
we started at
Okay.
the beginning of the show. So so we kind of got the show going, but the show in January at Turner Carroll Gallery in Santa Fe did not come through, or I don't know the story, but my show, instead of November into December, now they're getting the work. Once we get the work there, which we still haven't done yet,
Maybe next week.
maybe next week. The plan is to have a show in January there. So stay tuned. We're still working on that show. In the meantime, I'm already starting to plan my show at Chris Worley here in Dallas.
for May.
in possibly May. That's what the schedule says now, but we're
Right.
all willing to be flexible these days.
Right. And our music, Rusty did not play the piano this time. We got free music. We don't have to worry about copyright laws, and you actually wasn't that free. You paid a subscription. And
Yeah.
so we got some new music for this episode.
Thank you, Chip and Aaron. I think it might have been Aaron give me Art List as a source to get some music.
All right, from Fiber Hustle.
Hustle.
Right. So we chose for this a variation of Joy to the World. So we wish you all joy and hope and love for this Christmas and for the new year. Merry Christmas, y'all.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Bye.